Welcome to 12 Minutes or Less with the Author. I'm your host, T.L. Brown, but you can call me Tracy. Let's get started. Hey there. Welcome to another episode of 12 Minutes or Less with the Author. Today, I'm really excited because we have author Lisa Alfano. Lisa is an author, wife, mother, dog mom, and book lover. She's a lifelong New Englander who has called the Connecticut shoreline home for more than 4 decades. She creates twisted characters living in flawed worlds that feature strong female characters. Lisa adores books that feature intriguing plots and strong characters. When not working on her writing, you can often find her walking at the beach with her faithful furry rescue dog, Austin. He loves the beach as much as she does. Lisa's currently hard at work on the second book in the PMS Girls saga, the sequel to Sleep with One Eye Open, as well as book 2 in the Thorne Chronicles, A Thorne as Black as Onyx. Today, we're here to talk about her latest book, just released on July 25th, Cage of Tangled Thornes, book 1 of her new young adult series, The Thorne Chronicles. You can learn more about Lisa at lisaalfanoauthor.com, and the link can be found in the podcast description along with her socials. Welcome, Lisa. You know I'm a fan. Your thriller, Fractured Secrets, one of the best I've ever read. I am so glad you came on the show today.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, let's get right to the meat of this. You have a new novel that just came out July 25th. That is Cage of Tangled Thornes. Can you tell us about it? What can readers expect when they sit down to read it?
Sure. It takes place in this fantasy world that I created called Iosia. Spelling is a little different than the pronunciation, but it's a medieval fantasy world, kind of reminiscent of what you'd find like in The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. I'm so totally into, medieval stuff. So you have the Thorne King and Queen. They've been running the show for generations, keeping the world nice and peaceful. They've banished magic. They have this big wall. It's called the Guardian. It's a border wall that separates bad magicians from the rest of the world, and nobody can cross. And even though all the bad magicians have died, they still have the wall up. So there's a lot of outcasts. Those people are called undesirables. And you have royalty, the have-nots. And it really focuses this book on 2 sisters, the heir and the spare. You have Princess Isabel, and she's perfect. Looks perfect anyways. Beautiful, smart. She's also ruthless. And then she has her younger sister, Dahlia, and she has a disability, and she has red hair and not as pretty, a little shorter. People make fun of her, but she takes it all in stride, and she's really an interesting character. She's grows as the book goes along, and you'll be seeing a lot of her in book 2. Their sibling rivalry.
Can you tell us a little about her disability, Dahlia's disability?
Sure. She has a crippled leg. She walks with a limp, her leg's twisted in, and you'll find out more about it in the book. It discusses it more. But especially in the more of a medieval time period, it falls into imperfections are looked down upon. She's a lesser than, just like the people that are exiled on the other side of the wall, the undesirable, lesser than, even though she is the king's daughter, she's not perfect on the outside anyways. So outer appearance, and she hears the whispers and and it bothers her, but she also has a good heart. So you'll see a lot of how she reacts to it, and how others react to her in it. And there's also shapeshifters They are called Sentinels. They were revered, blessed by the gods, blue bloods, a lot of royalty in there, and they can transform into an animal. Everyone has their own little animal form. Over the years, there was a couple bad ones, so now they're shunned as well. So they're like a hidden part of society. So you'll see a lot of like different layers of society and what people think.
That's really interesting. I like that because we can explore those, it mirrors the real world a lot of times.
Right.
And you mentioned shapeshifters, and I think this is a perfect segue. You have, traditionally, I know you as a thriller author. You've moved into fantasy. Can you tell us about why you wrote this book and why you moved into fantasy?
Sure. It's actually not as big of a jump as people think. When you read this particular one, there's a lot of action. There's a lot of thrilling interwoven parts where they're building off, and as they read it, readers will see there's some secrets that are coming out, and they'll progress more in the book, just like you do with a thriller. You're not sure who's the good one, who's the bad one, what are they hiding. And I just love intrigue. I love little twists of plot. I love seeing how and Narnia books and Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, they made me want to write then read as a child. And I just adore that. And so this world came into mind, and it's just grown over the years. I actually wrote the first draft of this in 2008, and it evolved. The characters really came alive and evolved, and now they just have a lot I can't write fast enough for what they want to do.
Well, that's actually perfect, because tell me about your future writing projects. What's coming up next?
Okay. I'm hoping to get the sequel to Sleep with One Eye Open, the second final book in the PMS Girls saga. Trying to get that into hands of my beta readers by the end of this month. And we'll see. I just got a little bit distracted with all the new Thorne Chronicles coming out, but I have that pretty much written. Just have two different endings, so I'm not sure which way I'm going to go. So it all depends on my beta readers. And then I have the second book of the Thorne Chronicles that I'm hoping to have out for probably March of 2024. That's what I'm shooting at. I'd like to get the sequel to the PMS Girl saga out for Christmas, because it actually is a Christmas story. It takes place between Christmas and New Year's, the entire book. So
that's really good. I love it when authors do that, when it's kind of, what's going on in the book, especially like book comes out, I buy it and I'm right in the season. So that's a great idea.
We'll see. So I have to really stay away from the beach this month and buckle down. It's so hard, but I have those are the next two projects, and I also have a political thriller, Deceitful Shadows, that's supposed to be releasing in November of next year, that will also link in. There'll be some character overlap between the PMS Girl saga and in the political, because it takes place in DC, and anybody who's read Sleep with One Eye Open, the main character, her father is a senator running for president, and he's in DC, so there'll be some overlap. Even though this is it's an adult thriller, there'll be a overlap in that.
I love it. You have so much going on. I don't know how you do it. Lisa, we are coming to the end of our show, but I am so happy that you made time to come and talk about not only your current book that just released, Cage of Tangled Thornes. That book is right here, but also your other writing projects. You are so busy. I don't know how you do it. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I love sharing and talking with you. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Listeners, watchers, you can find Lisa Alfano's books on Amazon. You'll find ebooks, the paperback, it's only available on Amazon, and a hardcover. You'll find ebooks on Kobo, Apple, Smashwords, Barnes & Noble, and a ton of other foreign ebook retailers through Draft to Digital. Hardcovers are available at Barnes & Noble, BAM, bookshop.org, which used to be IndieBound. And she has an affiliate link down there. Purchases through that, 10% will go to support her local indie bookstores. And also Walmart's on there too as well. Her socials, Instagram, TikTok, and X, which used to be Twitter. Thank you again, Lisa. Thank you, listeners. And I will see you the next time. This has been 12 Minutes or Less with the author. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Hope you can join me for the next one. Until then, this is Tracy, aka Author T.L. Brown, signing off.